Hello everyone, thanks for joining us again on Combat Corner, and this time round we've got boxing, heavyweight boxing, Shark, and one of my favourite fights. It's a bit of a special fight, nobody else has seen it because it was on a program of an event, a huge event called Royal Rampage.
Huge except for the crowd.
Yeah, and the promoter ran away with the money and nobody got paid, and it was right for all the wrong reasons. But one of the things that did come out of it was this fight, and I've been watching this for 4 years. It was back in 2016, and one of my favourite all-time heavyweight fights just for what went on in it, and
Oh, it's a real David versus Goliath type of battle. It's a battle that has just got two contrasting styles that makes it so exciting to watch because it's a real seesawing battle. Oh, you're going to love it.
Say no more.
Yeah.
Let's go ringside.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to bring out the fellas for a change. This bout is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds of professional men's heavyweight boxing. It is brought to you by Combat TV NZ. Would you please put your hands together? Making his way to the blue corner, this is Thomas Heads.
30-year-old Thomas Heads, the Bluff Brawler, is first into the ring tonight. He's up in Auckland training out of City Boxing, even though he comes from the other end of the country in Bluff, right down the bottom of the South Island. He's being trained by that man walking in behind him, world-renowned trainer Lolo Haimoli, and he believes that that's going to be a big help in getting him across the line here tonight. He's a go-forward, take-no-prisoners sort of a fighter. He's fighting out of his weight division. He stepped up to heavyweight here tonight, and that will be a bit of a concern. He's got some sort of a ritual going on there in the corner. Don't know what it is, but I'll be sure to ask him when I next talk to him. Whatever it is, hope it makes him happy. He believes that he's in the best shape of his career right now.
And his opponent making his way to the red corner, here comes Herman N.A. Purcell.
He's only 21 years of age in any Purcell, but he's already got a big following on the heavyweight scene. Trains out of the Smithies TGW gym in Toowoomba, Australia, trained by Brendan Smith, and he follows out the Samoan flag. Originally from Auckland, he's got a big crowd here watching him tonight, and he wants to put on a show for the ex-hometown people. He's one of those rare talents with the one-punch knockout power, and he'll be looking to put that into good use here tonight. The Herminator, N.E. Purcell.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds of professional male heavyweight boxing action. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He enters the ring wearing black trunks. He weighed in at 98.4 kgs or 217 pounds. He resides in Invercargill, and he is a father of 7. If you're keeping track, that's one more than the Brady Bunch. He has 2 wins, 3 losses. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Bluff Brawler, Tom Heads! And his opponent fighting out of the red corner, enters the ring wearing black trunks with lettering. He weighed in at 112.5 kgs or 248 pounds. He was born in Samoa, lived in Glenfield, now resides in Toowoomba, Queensland, Australia. He has 7 wins, 5 losses, with 4 big wins coming by way of KO. Introducing Herman, the Herminator, N.A. Purcell. Fighters to the center ring for Jan Allport's instructions.
Hey guys, let's have a good clean fight. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Go back to your corners and wait for the bell. Good luck.
Well, this one could be the fight of the night, Shark. we've got some talented fighters on show, but this one could take the cake.
Oh yeah, heavyweights too. You've got that power. Always good to see the big boys come out and play.
Yeah. Well, of course, Tom Heads started his career fighting at around about the 88 mark. He's fighting at 98 tonight. His best success has been around the 90 kilo mark, so got extra weight, but he'll want to keep moving and keep away from the big punching power of Purcell.
Yeah, Purcell, very grounded, isn't he? Sort of solid on his feet, and you see he's quite happy to take his time here in round number 1 and just see what he's got.
Yeah, 5 rounds to go, plenty of time to catch your opponent. We're talking to Tom Heads. He's saying that Lolo's been a big influence on the way he's going to fight this fight here tonight. So I'm expecting him to keep up on the toes and try and keep away from the big shots like that one.
That's right. He's got a good movement. I mean, he keeps moving. Of course, Thompson with the blue gloves. And
Purcell controlling the centre of the ring, comes forward, gets into the 50-50 zone where he wants to be. He'll back himself against anybody in that situation.
Yeah, you feel like he's got a lot of power in those punches. I mean, he plants really well with his feet and just really lets them rip.
Yeah, it's like, he really winds up his punches, Purcell. He uses right from the hips up, big shoulder movement when he fires the shots. Plenty of movement here in round number 1 as they try and establish some sort of a rhythm.
Yeah, Herman, he's not moving a lot, but he's moving enough, you only need to miss a punch by millimetres to slip one of your own, and he's just planted in the middle there, and he's just happy to do that. He seems to have the speed and the reaction time to do it.
And all the time, his Heads is just trying to pick the punches. Sneaky little uppercut lead there from him. The footwork's been good and kept him out of trouble so far in round number 1. Will he be able to keep it up for 5 rounds? I guess that's the big question.
Yeah, the only thing that's scaring me is he's moving into his right hand a little bit there, but look out, the left one's a bit of a worry.
Which way you move. Oh, that's nice work there. A few points on the board for Heads. I don't think Purcell is after points. I think he's got one intention this way. Go to towels after the first. Back on their feet and ready to go for round number 2. What changes do you think will be made, Shark?
Oh, I think it's steady as she goes for both fighters. They both had success. It was both a seesawing round, but you always felt like there was the danger of Herman. I want to call him Herman the Tank because he just stands in the middle and lets fire. He's got so much power. You sort of think, is he gonna land one of those big shots, and what's going to happen when he does?
Well, that's it. You're going to get hit. Over 5 rounds, you're going to get hit. Will he be able to handle it? Going up in weight for the first time as well. That's a bit of a concern. He looks a lot smaller than Purcell on the heads. But he did a good job in round number 1, I felt.
Yeah, he had a higher volume of punches, and I think, if you look at that and you look at how busy he was, I would sort of give him round 1 just based on that. It was a pretty close round, though, to be honest. Oh, there's some bad intentions in those punches.
You sort of hold your breath and say a little prayer for Tom Heads every time Purcell loads up.
Tell you what, though, that movement's good. He's hard to read. He's not always circling off the same way.
Good head movement.
Great head movement, and he's mixing up those shots. He's not getting predictable. Like you said, that lead uppercut. He's throwing some good combinations.
Body shots and plenty of power in those, and he goes to go upstairs and heads. Whoa,
nice.
Comes back and says, you want to go 50-50, I'll give you a go. Well, I don't know if it's the right tactics, but it's exciting.
Herman's body shot there has got some real power in it. If he worked the body a bit more before he came up. But easy for me to say. You're talking about guys that have got a lot of power.
Well, I think, Purcell's shown a lot of ring savvy here. He's not, firing from out of range. He's trying to make every shot count. Oh, nice work again. And good sneak away from the reply from Heads. And here goes Purcell on attack again. This is where he wants to be. He wants to have his opponent caught.
He did good footwork there to get out of that corner quickly, Thomas did, and he did the right thing. You don't want to be caught in that corner.
Yeah, the pace is picked up. Ooh, they both pulled the trigger at the same time there.
Some good shots, some good selection of shots from both fighters. They're good. They're throwing some nice combinations and mixing it up.
Another one behind them. 2 down, 3 to go. Those guys using all the power that they possess. Shark out there in round number 2.
Oh, they don't want this fight to go 5 rounds, either one of them. They're trying to end it pretty quick, and with the power they've got, they can do that. They can do it.
Well, we saw in that clip that Tom Heads did catch one. He showed no sign of it though.
No.
Disguised it well.
Still very light on his feet and moving really well.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with his reading the shots. I'm a wee bit worried about the right hand being carried a bit low, but
he's got a nice right of his own. Like he can throw it, short as well. He's nice movement. Looking very fresh, he's for the amount of footwork he's done a lot of movement, he's thrown a lot of shots and still looking pretty good here in round number 3.
Yeah, well, he reckons he's in the best shape of his career, even though he is fighting at that heavier weight.
And he is getting some points here. He's nailing away on the outside, using that reach, that sort of
yeah, it's going to be interesting, that's the fight. If it was a 3-round fight, it would be very awkward to score because you're talking about the number of shots against the power shots, I guess. Well, that was a bit of a bell ringer there. And Purcell might have done a little bit of league at some stage. And I think
gave him a little bit of space to throw some shots. So, and you see he's stepping up the tempo here. Herman's really starting to step it up here and start hunting now and trying to get him into the corners.
Yeah, he hasn't been able to cut the ring off so far, Purcell. It's been great tactics from Tom Heads.
Now we're
there they go. Oh, I don't think this is where the 50-50 zone here now. I think. Is it all over? He's out of the ring, through the ropes and out of the ring. He sensibly takes a knee. But is that the beginning of the end for Tom Heads? We were wondering when he was going to catch him. He comes over to try and finish the job, does Purcell. Whoa, another one that sends him back into reverse gear.
Jeez, that was
a big coat hanger, but he's not out of danger yet. Over in the red corner, here comes the pain. Mayday, mayday, Houston, we have a problem. And what happened there? What happened there, Shay?
I think he was just saying he wasn't defending himself. He's giving him an 8 count.
Well, he's not counting.
Yeah, but he wasn't using his fingers to count last time either. He's counting out loud. So, a little bit hard for us to see there, but he's definitely counting. And there we go. Yeah, a little bit of confusion there. Like, what is that? Yeah, that was an 8 count. So,
here we go. We might get another look at it. Wow, what? No wonder he ended up outside the ropes. Have a look at the shot. There goes that illegal shoulder charge. Yeah,
but that sneaky little left just found enough space, and I mean he had his guard up. Just the angle is quite impressive. Boom. That's sort of in between a hook and an uppercut, and wow, that's the power.
Well, it's amazing that Heads was able to get up after that.
That is, like, most people wouldn't. That shot, and that's the last place you want to be. You don't want to be in the corner with them.
He's tried to stop it.
So the referee is saying he's not defending himself, and he's giving him an 8 count.
Well, funnily enough, his previous fight 5 months ago, he had the fight stopped against him for not firing back, and I think that's why he thought, I've got to really chance my arm here. Let's see if he starts firing back before the ref calls. He just started to fire back at the same time.
Yeah, just
Dan Allcourt started the call.
I mean, at the end of the day, the referee's job is to protect the fighters, and it's unfortunate that it was at the time that he threw his punches back, but he made the call.
So did the count go on or not?
Yes, I think it did, for sure. Well, Nate.
Right, how has he had time to recover? That's the big question. Is Heads able to come back from that? Nice little body whip there from him.
Yeah, great movement. He's still light on his feet.
Yeah, he is after that punishment.
Maybe, psychologically too, he's saying, well, you gave me your best and I'm still here, so let's go.
And the other thing you have to, he's really started round 4 as if he's trying to get all those points back at once. We know the old adage in the fight game, hurry slowly. Purcell getting away with a lot of that shoulder barging.
Yeah, well, I've got a question mark over Herman Purcell here. Like, how much has he got in the fuel tank?
That's what I was going to say. He thought that he had him in the corner and that he was going to end it, and he's maybe spent a lot of petrol.
That's right. He's spent a lot of energy in that last round trying to go for that finish. How much is left in there? Look, he's starting to blow a little bit.
And Heads comes back and the crowd gets wild. Woohoo! Unbelievable. Well, they say that the further south you go, the tougher you get. And Heads comes from Bluff. I think he lives in the last house round the point, in the back room. He's shown some real toughness here. Whoa! And Purcell now waiting for the big Hail Mary, just hoping that he can catch him and end it with one shot. He's just starting to look a little bit fatigued, is Purcell. And Heads has taken everything that's been dished out here tonight. He's licked the plate clean and said, give me some more.
I mean, how do you score this? This is a tough one to score. Like, do you score the 3 quick punches, or do you score the big power punch? Like,
well, that's going to be
there's that shoulder charge again. I mean, that's
it's going to be a difficult one for the judges because you're just getting thrilled with the fight and you forget who's scoring what. It's just so good. And he's going to add a few more just to leave the judges no doubt who's won round number 4. Unless he ends up on his backside, I'm giving this one to Tom Heads.
He's like the Energizer Bunny. You just think he's about to go and he just finds another gear. Like,
circling round as we get to the end of another one to go in this, and who thought it would go this far after what happened in round number 3?
You give this boy a sniff then? It's going to be a difficult round, mate, okay? You be ready, yeah? Last round, correct? Yeah.
Purcell looking really tired in parts of round number 4. Can he rejuvenate himself and come out? And Tom's Heads has shown no respect, no self-preservation.
No.
I think that's a way down the list. He just wants to get in and win the fight.
Yeah, well, Heads with the blue gloves, he's been throwing some great combinations. He's getting some points, and he's looking so fresh here.
Woo-hoo. And he started round number 5 with a hiss and a roar.
Some great footwork.
Continuing on from what he did in round number 4. He's still slipping the punches, still got the head movement there. Not all the time, unfortunately for him, but he's put some great combos together. He's an exciting fighter to watch.
Yeah, you ask yourself, how much gas has Herman got left in the tank? Herman Purcell with the red gloves, has he still got it here? Is he just biting, looking for that big shot?
Oh, yeah, he's looking for that big shot. He started the fight looking for that big shot, but
is it still there?
He thought he had it ended in round number 3, and that's come back to haunt him a little bit. But who wouldn't have thought that they had it? Heads was through the ropes. Wow. Whoa, there's a real bell ringer, and he might end it yet. Purcell, if he goes on the charge again. When I say charge, he goes on the wander over and finish the job, sort of a charge. He's got away with that.
There we go. Now he's getting pulled up for that shoulder.
Yeah.
But
after about 7 times. But that hasn't spoilt the fight.
What a battle. What a battle.
And Heads still looking for the action. Comes forward. Tries to... and he spins him around like a top with the big right hand. And now it's his turn to go on attack, but hurry slowly because Purcell, he has been stopped in the past, but by a pretty tough man, Paul Gallen managed to stop him twice, but nobody else has managed that feat.
Gee, the power.
This has been some sort of a fight. I'm worn out just watching. The crowds absolutely love this, and why wouldn't you? It's been an absolutely magnificent show of courage, toughness, and that's where it comes to an end with both guys on their feet, something that you wouldn't have when you saw the big punches rain down in round number 1 and 2, and especially round number 3. You would have put money that it wouldn't go the distance, and you would not have expected Thomas Heads to have finished the fight as fresh as he did. The Bluff Brawler, but tonight he put on a boxing exhibition chart.
Oh, some great footwork, some great combinations. He kept mixing it up, making it tough to work out which way he was going to twist and turn. But also, you've got to give respect to Herman Purcell, like his power and timing. Timing was on, you know. He didn't have to move a lot, but you only have to just move a little bit to dodge those punches and then throw one of your own. And when you got a power shot like that,
yeah,
wow.
The legs were gone in the end, but he could still generate power like that. And
yeah, that's not a planted left hook, like that's on the fly, and to get that power in that shot is pretty impressive.
They had to be pretty special men to see this one through.
Wow, great timing on that.
Yeah. And now their job's over. It's all up to the judges, Shark, and I don't envy them one little bit.
No way. It's a close fight.
I'm still wondering about the count at the end of round number 3.
Well, there was the knockdown before that.
Was it 2 knockdowns or 1?
It was 2, because the first one
went through the road.
Yes, that was
about that, mate.
Yeah, but also the count on that too. He was doing it verbally, he wasn't showing on his fingers, and the second time was the same thing. So I think that's where the confusion came in, and there was some confusion there, even from the fighters. But hey,
Sir Pat Leonard is going to try and make it.
The calculator out.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have personally not seen a knockdown, drag-out fight like that in years. Round of applause for these 2 fighters. After 5 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. Judge 1 scores the contest 48-47, red corner, N.A. Purcell. Judge 2 scores it 46-49, blue corner, Heads. And Judge 3 scores the contest 47-47. We have a draw!
Oh, well, they didn't deserve to be a loser in that one, Shark, did they?
No, it was. We said it was going to be a tough one to score, and that's the reason. Because when they looked at it, they said it was a draw. I don't disagree with that. I think that's a great result.
Tom, I'll start with you. The Bluff Brawler. Wow, what a fight, man. You really had to bring out your boxing skills for that one. That guy's got arms the size of people's legs. What are your thoughts?
The size of my legs. Oh my God. Yeah, I knew I had a big task stepping up to heavyweight, and Herman definitely proved why that was the case. Hard man, big shots.
If we ask you to come back again for the rematch, you keen?
Wow, I can never turn down the challenge, you know what I mean? It's in my blood. I can't do it.
Now, who else would you like to thank just for getting you this tie tonight and getting you where you're at?
Yeah, last but Lisa Lewis. Thanks, Lisa, for the opportunity. I mean, it was one of my dreams to come back home and fight in New Zealand. And look, I thank everyone for coming. Rematch with Tom Heads. Look, I would love to. I just don't understand why the ref stopped in the 3rd round for what.
So that was my next question. You keen on a rematch?
Yeah, bloody oath, mate, let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Herminator, Herman N.A. Purcell.
Ref, can I see you for a minute? How do you not stop the fight like that? How do you pull it up? There was nothing going on. Mate, if he's getting hurt, stop the fight. But you know, mate, you let that go. That fight should have been over that round. Breathing in nice and deep. Come on, mate. Come on.
Well, Shark, what wasn't it missing? We had the mud and the blood and the beer just about there.
Oh, it was a great fight. Great fight. It had everything. You know, it had everything. The controversy, of course, with the referee. You know, hey, it's a tough job. You know, like when you're there on the spot, things happen so fast. You know, you've got to make your decisions in an instant. And as you've seen in that decision, it was sort of like he had committed to something, then he realised, hey, he's fighting back as he went in. I mean, you're not going to jump in between those two guys. you know, but that might be, you can make some mistakes, but you're only going to make that mistake once, you know. So, you know, he's not going to jump in between. Like, you know, there was a little bit of hesitation there, understandable. And during that time, he threw some punches back, and then it's like, oh, you know, sort of. So I think that was just a matter of getting caught, you know, in that split second. You know.
And he had to make a decision then. How often do we complain when when a ref stops a fight we say, hey, it's too early, you give the guy a chance, you know, and that what's happened, because heads come out and his next two rounds were his best.
That's right. You know? Hey, everything's 2020 in hindsight, right? Yeah. The referee, the poor guy that has to make the decision at the time. You know, we can always criticise afterwards, but I think, you know, there was a fair fight. I mean, for me, I would be complaining about the shoulders getting used a lot. That was
but
3-4 times in the fight.
I know,
you know,
I know.
And that you know, so let's call it even.
But but you see how clever Ennie was, because he was always doing it when the ref wasn't, you know, lined up sideways. There was one part there, and I'll give credit to the ref again, because he went to say something, but there was a lot of action, and he didn't stop it. You know, he let that action go on. That's what the fight fans want.
Yes,
you know?
Yes. It was, at the end of the day, it was a fair fight. They both had their opportunities. They both got to display their skill sets. I mean, it's credit to the other fighter. Like, you know, like those hits from Herman, like those punches, geez, and then to bounce back off those and throw those combinations, and then the result. I think it all worked out pretty well at the end. I think a draw was a good call.
Yeah. You can understand the end, you know, like Ennie threw everything at the end of round number 3. And he used up all his petrol there, and that's why they wanted it stopped. The other thing, other reason why Brendan Smith, the trainer, was wanting it stopped, it's tragically last year or the year before that fight, his son Braden's died after a fight. So, you know, there's a lot of things there going through their mind. Hey, stop it. The guy wasn't fighting back. But, you know, we've been through that. So, so that's it. But I haven't told you this, Shark, but there's another twist to the tale.
Boy. Why am I not surprised?
There was a complaint lodged by the Aussie team, and it was found that the judges' scorecards were actually twisted around, or they changed when they come into or just before they come out, they changed corners. And the judges weren't aware of it, and there was a mix up. Some of the judges did it that way, and another judge didn't change the cards or something, and there was a mix up, and they did a recount, and Herman, the Herminator, got the victory.
Okay.
So
well.
there you go. So that's the end of the story. So yeah, it was a big.
I guess he got the knockdown, right? So if it's an even fight and you got a knockdown, okay.
Yeah, but no matter what way, the decision was, it didn't mean that much to me. The fight was what really counted.
That's right. It was a great fight. Great fight.
Yeah. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed that as much as we did, and we'll have something different for you again next time. Until then, keep kicking. Yeah, well, that promotion, it was right for all the wrong reasons, Shark. It was called Royal Rampage. It was run by Dan Hennessy's girlfriend at the time, Lisa Lewis, and it was. She ran away with all the money.
and Dan's heart, he's taken a long time to get over it. But we're there for you, Dan, and we, we're a strong community. We all stick together.
Yeah, so we get through. All good, Dan. I was just putting that on as a blooper.
Yeah.